Okay, you're gonna get charged with Florida. Keep going with charges. How many more charges do you want?
Well,
how many you want? Yeah, I think it is gonna be up to me.
Sexual assault.
Sexual assault?
Do you favor sexual assault of your inmates and prisoners and so forth? This guy just grabbed my crotch. Is that appropriate?
I don't think I have to answer that question.
Well, no.
You're interfering with the guests.
They're recording, by the way, and you want me to leave? All right. Who are you, by the way? All right. Well, what I'm going to do then is leave slowly. Stand over on the other side, but I can stay on the property. Let me get straight. Could you run that by me again? What did you just say? Okay, that's what I'm doing. Well, I am in the process of leaving now. I'm ordered to turn around. Is it illegal for me to face you?
It's illegal to be on the property right now.
Okay, that's why I'm trying to leave.
To get to your vehicle.
Whom does Nashua think they're fooling? We got local people all the way up to SCOTUS watching this case like a hawk.
The property. Is that not satisfactory for you? Am I required to answer your questions? Am I required to answer your questions? Thank you. I appreciate that honesty. But you already asked me that.
You are making an active attempt to go to your vehicle.
How do you know?
Give me your name.
When I get to my vehicle, is that going to be disproven?
I need your name.
Detective Anderson.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Anderson. I appreciate that. And your name and badge number, sir?
Linehan. Sorry.
Okay, I appreciate that, sir.
Keep moving.
You're being trespassed.
Well, I'm trying to leave.
Ohio Court of Claims, and they found that Mr. Israel had been made into a victim of violent crime, and they paid my attorney fees for that. So all this is documented. You know, it is possible to get these victories. Right. That was like 14, 15 years ago, but it does happen.
So we can all learn from each other, like you said.
Exactly.
Yeah, and bring this thing together.
Right.
When you watch a movie like this, you've got to be asking yourself, what is really going on here? You know, why are people having struggles like this? Basic fundamental rights, freedom of the press. Well, I'll tell you what's going on here. What's going on here is a hegemonic right-wing oppression going on here. And they're pushing it to the limits to see how far they can take it. They're telling us that the beatings will continue until the morale improves, and we're telling them the beatings will continue until the morale improves.
Difficult, but not impossible.
And that's why we all moved here to New Hampshire, so that we can, have our numbers and
Fat bitch.
It's called the Monell claim, and that's what's going on, a pattern and practice that the Nashua PD have going on here, down from the top down through Chief Conley all the way down. And having litigated these cases successfully before, yeah, I can tell you that that's where it's going, and it's curious. I'm curious to see what the court does with it, if they try to ignore it or whatever. But the word's getting out, and I think we're here on Memorial Day because people fought and died for our freedoms, and one of the essential freedoms that we're supposed to have, the measure of any free society. What exactly, tell me quickly, what happened the other day and what are you charged with?
Well, I was just trying to videotape, really just interview mostly state reps and senators, and I interviewed former Congressman Hodes, just people outside the Joe Biden event who are coming and going.
Yes.
People that are going to get missed by the mainstream press because they're all focusing on Joe Biden. So I was just standing outside the entrance to the Radisson Hotel in Nashua, and that worked fine for 45 minutes, but eventually an employee came in because she was coming to check me out after Nashua PD alerted the employees of the hotel to my presence.
I see.
And so my feeling is that Nashua PD instigated this.
And I saw they followed you after a while. They left you alone for a while, then they followed you. And I thought that was very troubling, and I didn't understand why they came out after you again. And initially, I saw them tell you that you did not have to answer their questions and give them your name and where your car was parked. And then they changed their minds, and they came after you at that point. And tell us what happened from there in the parking lot. You were headed toward your car.
Well,
Yes, people, it's the same old, same old.
My RSVP was conducted according to what they asked for. So shouldn't I be allowed to walk on in now then, right? I mean, I did what they asked, sir. So I'm going to go in, right? And that's okay, right?
You step in the door, you get arrested. You know that, right?
No, I don't know that. Sir? I'm just asking a question. On the sidewalk where you told me to be.
It's just methodical.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. It's a beautiful day, except for the fact that my freedom of the press rights have been curtailed today. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Right now, though.
Yeah, that's the way it is, too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the dude that's Lico Kenny up in Franconia. Okay,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, you know, and McKay stuck his junk in his face. And this is the kind of things that some bad cops do, and they ruin it for the rest of them. I honestly believe that most cops are good cops. And, you know, they're not here to be officer friendly, but they're also not here to, you know, give us a hard time without any just cause.
It's a mix, you know, and there's a lot of the good cops, unfortunately, though, cover for the bad cops in most cases. I mean, when was the last time a good cop came forward and said, you know what, there's some bad cops in our department, I wish they wouldn't do X? I have never heard of that ever happening, except for maybe the case with Brad Jardes here in New Hampshire.
Yeah. Serpico.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there are cases I have not heard of. But.
Right.
Screaming, you know, after the cops who've had me in cuffs for a while, basically just to draw attention. But I actually got that idea from a mainstream press videographer. If you remember the initial Waco shootout, the guy that shot that really stunning video, news videographer, very brave guy, took a lot of risks in the video, and took a lot of risks to help save ATF agents at the scene as they were trying to leave. With his vehicle to a wounded ATF agent, had his reporter drive the vehicle, and he turned around, he turned his back on those Qureishis, and he walked all the way out of that compound, not knowing who they were or whether they were going to shoot him, that kind of thing. And as soon as he got to the edge of the compound, or the edge of the perimeter where the ATF was starting to set up a command post or something like that, he was assaulted by the ATF just after he'd saved one of their agents. He started screaming, and that may have saved his life, I don't know what, but he was my inspiration on that. He's one of my inspirations in a lot of ways. He actually died. I don't remember his name. I should probably look that up again. He died not long after the Waco incident.
I think the key thing that I noticed in your case, Dave, that really shocks me too, is that the Nashua police instigated it, because Joe Biden gave me a hug, you know, when I met him, and you know, I don't understand it. And the president, when I go see Barack Obama, I'm in the press gallery, so I don't see them doing this. I see this coming from the Nashua Police Department, and you know, the way they treated me and the way they're treating him, I think these cases are in lockstep, and that's why I posted to your forum, because you know, my case is in federal court. King Cast versus Kelly Ayotte, GOP, Nashua PD, and several officers. And that case number is New Hampshire District Court, and the case number is 2010 CV 501. And I referred you to a lawyer, Dave Horan, who handled my case when Kelly Ayotte had me on bad charges before. David Horan is a former Hillsborough lead prosecutor. He takes no prisoners. He will handle the criminal and then help you find a civil lawyer. And I recommend that you sue as soon as possible, and you know, defend yourself.
What would you say is the deadline on that for filing a lawsuit?
Oh, you've got a couple of years. The statute of limitations, you've got a couple of years on that.
You do it immediately.
Yeah, but I just like to get them right. I mean, I don't play. Again, when I've litigated cases like this before, and I said I didn't play, man. I hit them with a lawsuit before the criminal case was even resolved. I said, bring it, you know. And you may or may not want to do that in this case. I don't know, but I did. I didn't care, and we won.
Yeah.
You know, we settled and we won the criminal cases for a gentleman in Hamilton, Ohio, named Michael Israel. And then we went one step further. We got the police. We went to my ex-boss fought me over this, the Attorney General. We went to the crime victims unit of the Ohio Court of Claims, and they found that Mr. Israel had been made into a victim of violent crime, and they paid my attorney fees for that. So all this is documented. You know, it is possible to get these victories. Right. That was like 14, 15 years ago, but it does happen.
So we can all learn from each other, like you said.
Exactly.
Yeah, and bring this thing together.
Right.
There's too much else to tell you right now. Can't think of anything to say about it except for
From RidleyReport.com to try and, you know, I make money. It's doing exactly what you do, except on a much smaller scale. I'm
I'm kind of like the small mammals before the asteroid hit the dinosaurs, right? I try to